Welcome back to Settle Your Bet. I'm Jack Settleman, and on this episode, I'm going to give you my best bet. We'll then revisit our top picks to buy and sell in the stock market before we head to the courtroom to settle the toughest bet of this week. This week's best bet is the Baltimore Ravens minus 3 points. The Ravens are 2-2 this season, but have only trailed for 14 total seconds in those losses. That's almost as long as it takes Usain Bolt to run 100 meters. Why am I on Baltimore this week? It's because it's another beautiful buy spot for the Ravens. Last week, Cincinnati comes off a tough win against the Miami Dolphins, but this was an ideal spot. A road team traveling on a short week, all banged up. Meanwhile, the Ravens are coming off a loss, their 5th consecutive loss at M&T Bank Stadium. The Ravens are known for home field advantage. Under the bright lights of Sunday Night Football, the Ravens should get a revenge time over the Bengals, who beat them twice last year and talked a lot about it on social media. That's why I'm loving the Ravens minus 3 for this week's best bet. That's everyone's favorite sound. It's time to head to the NFL stock market. We're about a quarter of the way through the NFL season, so it's time to revisit our favorite buys and sells so far. Our preseason buy was the Ravens at 20-1. Now it's 17-1. The Ravens are 2-2, but have trailed for only 14 seconds this season. Lamar Jackson looks like an MVP candidate, and the team is finally getting healthy. I'm doubling down on the Ravens at 17-1. We also have a buy-in on the Niners. Originally at 22-1, we snagged them after a crucial loss. After the loss of Trey Lance, but a couple wins, the Niners stock has actually risen to 17-1. Our third stock buy was the Cleveland Browns at 40-1. They're now down to 55-1. But remember, the thesis of the play is that they've got a top 10 quarterback coming back later in the season. As far as our sells go, we made a big sell on the Dolphins at 16-1. They're now down to 24-1. Miami had a hot start to the season, but I don't know if I trust them for a franchise who has not won a playoff game in 20 years. Our worst sell, though, that's not looking great is the Philadelphia Eagles. We tried selling them at 13-1, but now you can get the Eagles at only 8-1. Philly's the only unbeaten left in the NFL, and they simply look incredible. That's not a team I want to get in front of, and I will not sell any more stock in the Eagles. It's time to head to the courtroom and settle a bet. This week, we have our most confusing case so far. The Dolphins are 3.5-point favorites at the New York Jets. Teddy Bridgewater will start for the Dolphins, but don't be scared. He's an incredible 42-20 against the spread, and even better on the road. The question you have to ask yourself if you want to back the Jets here: do you believe in Zach Wilson? The court has made its judgment, and the answer is no. Zach Wilson is good, but he's not great, and he will not cover this line against the Miami Dolphins. Fish get caught by the hook, but the Dolphins will not. That's why I'm laying minus 3.5 and settling a bet Dolphins to cover the spread. It's time to recap this week's best bets. I've got the Ravens minus 3, and I'm doubling down on buying the Ravens stock. We're also rolling with the Dolphins minus 3.5 against the Jets. Let me know what your best bets are and what team stock you are buying. Thanks for watching NFL Week number 5.